Hello, welcome to What Are We Fixing Today? Well, today, fixing that. I don't know if you can see, get you a little closer. There's nothing there. There we go. I push buttons, nothing happens. It lights up. Doesn't do anything. I'm a little disappointed over that thing. It's like a year old. There we go, it's better. It's like a year old and it doesn't do anything. It worked until about January 1st or so. In here, I can pull it apart. It's got not much in it. I mean, the brains are in there, but the brains are dead. All we have here for connections is this goes to a sensor on the outside of the house to sense the temperature to help it decide when to turn the humidifier on and off. Oh yeah, it's a humidifier control. One of these wires, I believe this one, brings power in from an AC transformer, and the other one sends power out to something else. This is the something else. This is a bypass humidifier. So this is the pressure side, the hot side of the thing. Here there's a grid that's, and then here is the water input. So the water, when it's time, there's an electric valve here that turns on the water. Oh, I can show you that. So there's an electric valve there that humidistat controls. Well, the power comes in and around that. So basically all that humidistat does is said, oh, it's dry in here, let's turn on this valve. And everything else is kind of automatic because the pressure side blows air over the grid here, which is the thing that the water kind of drips over, and then the rest of the waste of water drains out. So most of the water drains out, some of it evaporates, and then it goes into the other side here, which you see, yeah, sucks air into the cold air side. So that's how this thing works. I did not want to spend $60 on a replacement after a year, so I'm going to replace it with a Sonoff SV and Home Assistant. That should be good, right? Okay, so for this project, we're going to need a Sonoff SV. You can see I got one here. I was playing with it a little bit, but there's a Sonoff SV. The jumper headers are on this side here. There's those four right there. If you want to add stuff, you can do here. For this project, we're not going to add anything, but you got this is power in here, and this is power out. And I haven't tried to do this before, but I'm going to try to run this one on 24 AC and see if that will power the device. I believe it will. We'll see. So we're going to flash this. We're going to use the Tasmotizer, which is an awesome program. I am running it on Ubuntu Linux. So some of you may have used it on Windows and stuff. I have all Ubuntu stuff. So I'm just gonna, I got a header here. This is my EDI or TDI or whatever the heck that's called. I just got the wires coming out of it like that. It's set to 3.3 volts, very important. I'm going to just connect it by sticking it in here. Like so. Like so. There we go. And see, it just kind of sticks through there. Little hole, little conduct. And set this where you can see it. minimize it a bit. There we go. Now to run the flash, I have to plug the USB in. I have to hold this and plug the USB in, and then let go of this. So let's do that. We'll hold this, plug the USB in, flash, let go. It should be in flash mode. So now I come over here, do a refresh, TTY USB 0, that's what it looks like if you have Ubuntu or other Linux things. And you also have to be root to run this. If you're having trouble with it and you can't find the port or can't get access to the port, it's because in Ubuntu it's because you need to be a root person. So we're gonna go. Let's load a bin file. I'm gonna load the Wi-Fi man bin file. I got it set right here. I'm gonna load my Wi-Fi man. That's from the Tasmota website. The current, well, probably almost current. I'm not sure if it's exactly current. We don't need to back up, and we are going to erase. Yes. All right. Let's do Tasmotize. You can see flashing away here, blinky. Alright. Say OK. Now we're going to send the config. What is this? Paste. That's correct. Topic prefix, yes. Notice this is flipped around. This is the way I like to do these. Normally it defaults to prefix / topic. However, I like topic / prefix. Ever since I saw it in an auto discovery, I like this better. This made more sense to me. It's just me. We are going to load SV module. Wi-Fi recovery on, that's fine. Alright, let's do save. Okay. Humidifier, here it is. So it's 328. So what I do for mine, looks like that. This is it here because I named it humidifier, right? So it's 328. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this big. I'm going to hide all these, and I'm going to force an IP address. On an ASUS, this is how you do that. Go with the LAN, DHCP server, add device, there, and this should be humidifier right there. It comes back with the MAC address and this and that. I'm going to change the name to be just humidifier in here, and this I already have a number picked. 113. Add. I'm going to scroll to the bottom. And up. Oh, here. Let's change this too. I don't like those pictures. We'll change the picture. That's the picture I use for Tasmota stuff. Apply. Alright. And apply. now I'm going to power the device down. I am going to go back to the network map. Do list. And power it back up, and it should show up. Well, it should show up as 113. Should right about here somewhere. 113. Change this name. Alright, so 192.168.57.13 is my number of my device. Let's get rid of this. Let's put up this. Oh, sorry. Okay, let's do it this way. 192.168.57.113. There we go. There it is. Go to the console. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, I'm back. I decided after all this, I'm just going to power this up with an external 5-volt supply. Probably going to work pretty good. But if I'm going to put these in isolated mode, I don't know if you can see it or not. And you can look at the wiki to find these things. But this resistor here, this resistor here, both surface mount, they both have to go. So. There's one. It's open because that's clearly open. All removed. Resistor that was here, nothing there now. Resistor that was here, nothing there now. Now I should be able to power up using the two 5-volt pins on here. Let's go to, I want to turn this on and off. Okay. On, off, on, off. Alright. So now what we're going to do is, since I opened this up and this is now in isolated mode, the relay contacts should go through by themselves. And I can now take this transformer in here, the other side, so I got a transformer, test transformer, 2 wires feeding in. So when I put it in the circuit in the humidifier, the power is going to be coming in here. It's going to go through the dry contacts of the relay. The power is going to be coming out there. So let's check it here. Should have 24 or 30 AC or whatever. Out here we should have nothing. Alright, if I turn it on, we should have the same out there. So, this is going to be my switch in the series with my humidifier. Well, as I was finishing up the video on this, I found out that I lost some of the footage. I wanted to show you how it ended up getting wired up. I took this is the unit, yeah, this is the wire leading into here to turn the water valve on. It's coming through here, oh, see, it's coming through here, through the output side of the Sonoff. And the input side of the Sonoff has a 24 volts from the transformer. I have to figure out how to wire it up so that it only comes on with the fan. So that might take another little relay or something. There was some other trick that was going on in there. But this is what I did. I mounted a piece of wood. This is the metal of the bonnet. Mounted a piece of wood down right here. I put some, let's see from the side. Let's put some little wood screws in there, parshways in. I put this here because the screws hold this onto the metal. It's kind of back there. So I just put that in there, and away you go. You can hear it off. Here, go off. So that's what it looks like hanging up on the wall. Here we are. Now we have it all mounted down there. And here I am in Home Assistant. I'm able to flip it on and flip it off. I assume. There it goes off. Put the console. It went on, it went off. Pretty nice, right? Alright. So now we got to add it to Home Assistant. First thing we do, VS Code, is we need to add it to a switch. So go into switch.yaml. Oh, I just wanted to kind of show you how I set my configuration up so as to see if it makes sense to you. Here's my configuration.yaml. If you look at it, my configuration.yaml has 42 lines, 43 including the empty one. And they're all pointers. So, ring, include ring. Even though ring has nothing else in it, I guess I could have now I can do ring like sun. But, why don't I do that? Well, I don't want to mess up something else. But there's some of them that don't need anything. The rest of them all have a file. And that works out for me. I like this. I wouldn't want to try to put this in packages. It would make me crazy trying to figure out where everything is. So let's go to my switch package / folder / YAML, and everything that's in here is my switches, right? So I'm going to add a humidifier switch, and here dust collector is a thing, and Jen's fan is a thing, and then we go right between here, right? So let's take this. Copy, yeah, paste. Alright, now I'm going to change this to humidifier and make it pretty. Control C. Yep. Control V, humidifier. Now for the command topic, we're going to go back to the console. And we're going to grab, even though I know what it is, it's always best to do that. Paste that in there, paste it here, paste it here. So now I have a switch for the humidifier, and it should have on and off, and it should have humidifier, and there we go. So that's all we need from there. Save that. And now this will exist. The other thing I want to do that's unrelated before we get into the automations change is I want to show you this. This is awesome. I'm in the and I'll put this link in the description below, but this person 123 Terras came up with this solution to this person's problem. Now he wanted, in this case, he wanted to make a dehumidifier. So, and this is like the logic statement that the questioner provided. Is like, okay, if there's no humidity, I don't want this thing on. If there's low humidity, I don't want it on. But once the humidity gets to the high point, I want it on. I want it to drive the humidity down to some level. So I have a high level and a low level and a desired level. Anytime that the humidity was up in here, he wanted the dehumidifier to come on until it drove down to here. Now this is the exact same logic I'm looking for in a humidifier, except I need to switch on and off. So when the humidity is low, I want it to turn on and allow the moisture to enter the house. It will enter the house until it gets to the high limit, and then it'll stop. If the humidity is higher than that, it'll be off, and it'll be off until it gets down to the low level. So it should move back and forth between here. So it's exactly the same logic, except 180 degree reversed. So instead of remove this example removes humidity from the air with a device, I'm going to add humidity to the air with the device. So if we come down here, this is the fellow, the 123 fellow, talking about what he did, and then here is the automation he came up with, and this is just brilliant. I love this automation. And I will tag him, and I already said thank you to him. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to flip on and off. So I'm going to flip turn on, turn off, and I'm going to change the names in here. So what he did is he did something called an input number, which I didn't have before. So I added that to my configuration.yaml, and I'm going to make an input number, which is going to be called house humidity. And I'm going to do that before I reboot Home Assistant, because I can do the automation stuff in the bottom down there. So let's just do that. Let's add the input number, and then there's something else I got to add. So I'm going to be going to here, and I'm going to go to, now I've already made this file, but it's empty. And I'm also going to look at this. This is the how to do stuff for input number. I can put this link in there too, but it's just search for Home Assistant for input number. These are the things we can add: min, max, name, and the initial, and the step. I'm not going to do step. I am going to use initial, name, min, max. So this is all the stuff on it. Name, initial, min, max. I'm not going to use step. So let's just take this, copy. Is there a better one when words I don't have to retype? I thought there was one for humidity. Heater. That's the automation for it. I'm not going to do it in a package like this, so it's be crazy. Oh, we can do unit of measurement. Oh, well, I'm going to take this one. With an icon. This will be great. Alright. I'm going to come over into here. Enter. Control V. Alright. Target. HUMIDITY. Target humidity. And target. Target house humidity. Minimum is going to be 10. Max 50. I'm going to take out step. Unit of measurement. Percent. And alright. Let's look at sensor. Here I got a bunch of sensors. Temperature, humidity sensors. I'm looking for do I have that in here? Device class humidity. Oh, see, I did device class. So I don't know what that's called. All right, let's do it this way. Input number. Humidity. Oh, it's there. I wonder. Backing up. Control V. Okay, this is not liking. So I don't know about this. Let's just hide it for now. Min and max should be right. Okay, input number. Do I have to put in step? Alright, sorry to flash you around like that, I get confused. Oh, okay, it's happy. But this isn't like the percent there. Takes that. Okay. Between 10 and 50. Target humidity is between 10 and 50. Called target house humidity. Alright. Save that. One more thing I gotta add is sensor. Whenever I add one of my homestats and things, I add a sensor for the Wi-Fi. So Sensor. Temperature. Switches. Oh, Wi-Fi signal. Yeah, okay, this is it. Now it's humidity. A B C D F G H I J K. All right. So goes here. Take this. Paste in a duplicate. Humidity signal, and let's put a switch, call the same exact thing, Control C, sensors, G. Alright, so now I got a sensor pulling in the RSSI from the Sonoff SV. And it's called humidity signal. Alright, I like that. Let's check the switch, make sure I spelled everything right. Humidifier, humidity, yep. What else did I do? Did sensors, input number. Humidity, water percent. Alright, make sure these are all saved. There shouldn't be any changes here yet. Alright, so let me think. I added the input number, I added the switch, and I added the sensor. There we go. Now we're going to restart Home Assistant. Check the config. Valid. Alright. I'm going to reload Home Assistant. Restart. Okay. So the other thing I was looking at, I think we can see it here, is if you look, I have a humidity in the bathroom. I have a living room humidity. You can see it's kind of low because it's been off for a while. It has been hanging in the mid-30s, which is where I want it to be. But okay, so I got 1, 2, 3 humidity sensors in the main living area. I have another one up in the bedroom, but this is a colder area. We don't heat this much, so I'm not going to count that. And then over here, which is the temperature, if you looked at the video where I was installing the Sonoff, right next to it, it was a Raspberry Pi running. The Raspberry Pi is giving me all these temperatures. So I have 2 humidities in here. One of them is at the hot side, which is at 21%, which kind of matches the house. And the other one is on the cold side. Now the cold side, the sensor is right near where the humidity dumps in from the humidifier. So this one goes up really high. So I'm not going to include this one. But I'll include this one. Let's see what state says. Maybe. No. 3 minutes. Yeah, 1 minute. There we go. This is a, if you want to know the temperatures inside of a pellet stove, I don't know if it'll come up. Oh, it won't, because Home Assistant is enough. But anyway, I'm going to use this oil top humidity, and I might not use bathroom because that's in a little cooler area, but living room and kitchen. So I'm going to use those 3. I'm certainly not going to use the one outside in the garage. Temperature 30, relative humidity 57. Not going to use that. That would kind of mess up my numbers. But I think I'm going to go and do the min-max thing, which I also have never done. The min-max thing is a sensor, min-max, and you put in the sensors and it returns. I'm going to use mean, so it'll return the mean of those numbers. I'm liking that. So I might go with that. Still not back up. So I think I should have created this sensor. Well, I'm going to still do it with a single sensor and make sure it works. And then I'll come back and make a sensor for that, I believe. So, alright. I'm just going to copy this whole thing, paste it right into automations, and then make the changes I need to make. Nice, huh? I think this is going to look nice. That's still hanging around, waiting for this to come back. It takes me a few minutes for it to come back. Oh, we're done. We're back up. Yay. Alright. We're back up. So, back in here. Dust collector, doors, garage, kitchen. H, A, B, C, F, G, H, I, J, K. So, let's copy this. Copy. Just make sure we have enough room. I'm going to call this humidity control. And we're going to come over here and grab this awesome code. Nope. There we go. Control B. So the entity ID, well, let's just start at the top. We're going to call this something in English. IDITY humidity control. And this oil top humidity. There we go. Minus oil top humidity. So in automations, the sensor. There, and my input number is called, I don't have a name there either. Alright. Here. Input number. And I spelled it wrong. I did did spell it wrong. I spelled it wrong. Isn't that awesome? Why didn't you tell me? Okay, okay. I'm sorry I'm making you guys crazy. There we go. Humidity. Humidity. Right there. That's alright. Now. Here. Copy this out. One here. Go to automations. So when humidity changes, input number changes, it also does this check. And I changed that to a D over there. Input number, target humidity. So when the oil top humidity changes, or if the input number changes, so let's copy this, and it goes here. And here, a sensor. Switch. The switch I called humidifier. So let's look that up. Copy. All right. And automations. Paste it in. Paste it in. So I don't know what this lower, so we'll have to figure this out. But humidity control, alias humidity control. Platform state when the input number, which target humidity, which I set over there, or the sensor, alright, from the oil top changes, it sets this and decides to turn this on or turn this on. I made some other changes, so now I gotta reload. There we go, we're back. And it's all happy. Let's see if we can get over here now. Back to overview. Let's edit our config. Add some stuff. So now in the furnace one, we want to add a few things. I want to add what? Input number, target house humidity, and I want the switch. Oops. Humidifier. Alright. Off some. Save. Let's just get rid of that. Alright. Let's put it in the furnace. Let's turn it off. Target house humidity. No, so the pellet top humidity. It's right here. Oh, see, it turned it off. Oh, that's because I didn't turn these around. And it did what it's supposed to. Not what I wanted it to. So now, if the humidity is greater than high, it turns it off. And if the humidity is less than low, it turns it on. And if it's somewhere in between, it leaves it alone. Alright. Control S. Now we can come over here. I'm sure this is fine. Take a look at the furnace. And it's, oh look, it's now on. If I turn it off manually, that's at 21. So this should turn on when it comes around. 21.8. No, I think this one just flipped. Yeah, that one flipped, but didn't change the temp. Didn't change that. Oh yeah, it did. There we go. It updated, so it turned it on. So it's working. Let's go down here. Down here to 10. We should turn it off. Look at that. So I also set. Show you. I'll show you wherever it is. I set +8 and -5. This will give me like 3 percentages up and 2 percentages down. 5% range, that's plenty. Let's go back. So if this is at 23, if I set this to we'll have to set it to 21 for it to go. 19, 22. There it goes. See? If I go to, well, I can set it anywhere up here, and it's still going to stay on. So it's working! Alright. Well, let's do the min-max sensor. I think that would be awesome. I'm going to do it. We'll look over here. Go into sensor. And these are all MQTT platform tools. Wi-Fi signal, and then temperature. And I have humidity separate. No, it don't matter. So I'm going to. This is what I'm going to do. What does it look like here? Okay. Copy. Copy. Make some room. sensors. What's it called? Min-max. Max sensors. It's supposed to be an X. Let's take a couple out of here. One more maybe. Alright. So, min-max sensor. We have a sample. Pat. For min-max and TIDs. Alright. So, no, we need more than that though, don't we? We want type, mean, what else we want? Round digit 0. Control S, save that, and this is called I gotta give it a name, don't I? Name. Yes. Alright. Well, that's not going to be an entity yet, so I'm going to have to... I better check it because I messed it up a few times here. Alright, it's loaded. Now let's go back into... I'm going to take a look at the sensor and see what it actually is. Go into the States UI. And I want to take a look at what the value of that is. So, CFTHFK, manual 21. So it's picked 21.0, and it's averaged that number from 22 and 16 and 24. I like it. Alright, we're going with it. I like that. Alright, we're going to come over here. This is just an automation change. I'm going to change this to that new sensor, which is an aggregate sensor. Sensor main level humidity, which is those three all put together. has to also go here. Sensor main level humidity. Alright, that's it for my video. Looks like I've been successful. Looks like it's working. I might do some more tweaks to it. I know some people adjust the indoor humidity target based on outdoor temperature to keep the stuff from water from condensing on the windows. I don't know. It may be a little bit more advanced than what I'm trying to do here. What I'm really trying to do is get my house from like the 18% it was when I started today back up into the 30s so that we're a lot more comfortable and not so dry. So thanks for watching. I hope you've got something out of it and enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a like. Please give me a subscription. I could use all of those things. I have added a Twitter feed and a Facebook page. I'm going to try to monitor the Facebook page a little bit. You'll notice it has a lot of my personal stuff on it too, because I can't deal with more than one Facebook page, let's just say. So my friends and family have found that I'm on there, so it's on there. I'll change it if I need to in the future. I've also added a PayPal Pay Me, whatever you call that thing, PayPal Me, and a cup of coffee buy. Those are getting added up too. So thank you. Appreciate any help. And until next time, thanks.